Am I the butthole for telling my boyfriend I won't stop drinking hot tea? Sorry, but this is an alt. I had to make one because my boyfriend and his friends are borderline harassing on all my social media. I don't want him to know about this. Anyway, I like tea. I have about 3 to 4 cups of hot tea today. Tea brings me so much happiness and peace. I won't go into details, but just know it brings me back to a lot of happy memories from my childhood. My boyfriend, whom I will call Josh, didn't mind my tea drinking. Our first date was even at a tea house. He doesn't drink as much as me, but will have a cup in the morning or if I offer to make him a cup. Recently Josh went to the hospital complaining of pain, and then they found out he had a pretty sizable kidney stone. Thankfully they said he would pass it on his own, gave him some meds and a list of things to eat/drink. You know the do's and don'ts of what causes kidney stones. Well, I woke to make my morning cup of tea and the kettle was gone. I looked everywhere and couldn't find it, so I asked Joshua. He said he threw it out cause tea on his list of things that could cause kidney stones. He didn't want the temptation around anymore and even went so far as to blame for me the stone. I love my boyfriend, however we have totally different diets. I do my best to drink plenty of water, avoid fast food and always cook for myself. If I order out, I try to find a healthy choice on the menu. I'm working on losing some weight, so I do my best to stay on track. Josh pretty much pisses Red Bull, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper. He loves junk foods and will opt for greasy fast food burger over the grilled chicken I made for dinner. It's rare I see him drinking water. In fact, he has his own little mini fridge fully stocked with soda and Red Bull. I told him that it wasn't my problem that he had kidney stones and that me having a cup of tea wasn't going to ruin anything. He snapped and said that as his boyfriend I should go through this with him because we're a couple. I need to give up my tea so he'll get better. He even freaking said he asked him mom if she wanted the tea I had in the apartment so he wouldn't have to see it. Again I said that a cup of tea didn't cause his stupid kidney stone. That him drinking up to 6 Dr. Peppers a day did, and I will not stop having a cup of tea cause of him. I am not responsible for his health. After that I took my tea, my stuff and went back to my apartment. We don't live together. Just stay over sometimes. Since then Josh, his friends, and even his mom have been blowing me up on social media and my phone. They are calling me awful things, saying I'm selfish and should be thinking of Josh in his time of need. Am I the butthole here, Reddit? Edit. So last night I drank some wine, curled up in my bed and cried myself to sleep. I felt like my world was ending and it was all my fault. Kept thinking of how can I fix this, and I realized that I can't. Josh did blow things out the water. I'm just too much of a damn softie. I texted him this morning telling him it's over and to either come get his things or I'm going to just leave them on the steps. I also updated and posted all my social media about what happened, that we are broken up now, and if the messages continue I will make steps to contact the police for harassment. All of this made me see that for our whole relationship I've been Josh freaking doormat. I'm not going to do that anymore. Thank you so much everyone. I really needed someone to say wake up and smell the tea. Josh is single if anyone wants him. He likes soda, Red Bull, American Dad and not cooking. Thanks again. And I am flattered that everyone thought I was a girl. That gave me a bit of a laugh too and cheered me up. Now I'm going to get ready for work, drink my morning tea and have an amazing day. Reddit, you will always have the best people in the world willing to help a complete stranger see the light. Edit 2. Hey, I just wanted to let everyone know that yes, I am okay. And thanks for those who recommended tea brands to me. I will be getting these on Amazon. Josh has till 9 tonight to get his crap from my apartment or else it will be going in the trash like my kettle. He's messaged me a few times saying he's sorry, it was mistake, it was a prank, he loves me and etc. Not going to happened. Thanks again for the support and love. Oh, and making me a pretty girl. Tell me I'm pretty. NTA, your boyfriend is being ridiculous. This can't even be blamed on poor self-control, as you said he seldom drinks tea. It's strange his friends are harassing you on social media over something so petty. I suspect he has told them a different story, which could be another concern. Do you plan on moving in with this man in the future? Has he acted like this before over minuscule issues? I'm sure he told them a different story based on some of the messages and comments I have received. Dump that man. But set the story straight first. Does the record even need to be set straight? If it's the boyfriend's friends, And mom, and you dump him. Why even bother trying to go through the effort of convincing these people? You're likely never to see them ever again. Mostly just being petty. I wouldn't be satisfied personally letting someone get away with telling lies about me. I wouldn't call that petty. Also because God knows who these people will tell and if you'll meet those people in the future. Had a friend who interviewed at her ex's family friend's company and well, things didn't go smoothly. Definitely a sound reason, and I've had the first-hand experience of being on the receiving end of a similar incident. Turned out he was the friend of a friend, I forget the connection exactly, of one of my exes. I didn't even know he knew my ex until he dropped, "You know, you're way cooler than X made you out to be." I don't know whether he avoided judging me because it's the right thing to do, or he avoided judging me because my name is not rare enough to guarantee I was genuinely the ex of my ex, but I was lucky. Most people would rather judge first, ask questions later. For the sake of his future partners. Toxic people thrive off using their friends and family against their partners. If original poster can plant even the slightest seed of doubt for any of his friends/family, that may lead them to think twice when he tries to rally them against his next partner. Obviously original poster doesn't have to if they don't want to, but it wouldn't be petty or useless if they're willing to do so. Because people talk so his set of friends could tell a complete stranger things that could impact her reputation. After I got married my mother-in-law said some girl that's the daughter of someone she knows said she heard of me because of my reputation when I was studying in Dublin even though she was studying in Belfast, apparently because of my dad's job and the fact I worked at a cinema as was pretty generous of my use of the staff discount. So that you can watch him burn. If he's lying to them they deserve to know, and if he loses all of his friends, oh well. There is also the matter of the next person unfortunate enough to try dating him. The more times someone calls him out for the same behavior, the harder it gets for others to believe he has no part in the blame. I mean, sure, some people are delusional, regardless, but if I hear someone claim to have the same sort of bad luck with 2 or 3 consecutive dating partners, my eyebrow goes up pretty quickly. I came here to say this. The GTFO, simple. The first paragraph made up my mind. Original poster had to use an alt because he and his friends are harassing them over this, of all things. Not only is what he did petty, he's a massive off for telling everyone else, as original poster said, a different story to what actually happened. If the harassment alone isn't a effing red flag, the lying to manipulate those around him definitely is. Rephrase, dump that baby man. Not a man. When my 5-year-old had to give up sweets short term because of a cavity, you best believe he demanded we all did too. And we did because that's not unreasonable. Josh is a child. That's no man, that's an absolute dumpster fire. Came here to say exactly this. Also, username checks out. FYI, tea does not dehydrate you. The liquid in tea more than makes up for the mild diuretic effect of the caffeine/tannins. This makes you more than out the butthole and him the butthole. You know what dehydrates you? Red Bull and soda. Basically kidney stone juice. My Bill drank nothing but Pepsi and Red Bull. There were stacks of cases of each kind in their garage. He did this for years. He would drink a cup of coffee on occasion, but it was normal to see him drink a Pepsi at 5:30 in the morning while everyone else was having coffee. He did switch to wine after dinner. Last year he was diagnosed with bladder cancer. 2 different types of cancer. Soft drinks are horrible for your body. Your ex is lucky he just had a stone. If he doesn't change his diet, he may end up like my Bill. This is what I tell myself when I drink 6 cups of tea in a day. That was a Today I Learned post recently, I think. That was my recollection. I quickly Googled and at worst they're talking about maybe 4 to 8 cups at once. So, drink 1 to 2 liters of tea at a go and you may have problems. Anything else and you're golden. I drink almost that much tea per day, about 2 to 3 bags, and can honestly say I've never had issues. The cups are spaced over my work shift. I do the same, though not always caffeinated tea. It's either all caffeinated or all herbal, no in between. This is definitely true, but it seems even many doctors don't realize it. If tea dehydrated people, my Nana would have been dead a really long time ago, because she's not drunk anything other than tea in years. England as a whole would cease existence. I thought it was just a stereotype until I moved here. They really do drink a fin of tea. India, China, Japan, these two. They have been drinking tea for a lot longer than England. Yup, my dad genuinely drinks at least 10 cups, probably closer to 15, per day, but a fairly average tea drinker will have a wake-up tea, 7, and arrive at work tea, 9, a mid-morning cup, 10:30, possibly another before lunch, 11:30 to 12, a post-lunch cup, 2, a mid-afternoon cup, 3:30, a just-got-in-from-work cup, 6, and an evening cup, 8:30. So 6 to 7 cups per day is pretty reasonable. Please update us. Tell us you are single, and thoroughly enjoying your tea in peace. Not the butthole. I'm also a big tea drinker. So is a relative of mine who has had kidney stones a few times. Tea is not the unique cause of kidney stones, excessive caffeine often is. And guess what has more caffeine than a cup of tea? A can of Red Bull or a 20 ounces Mountain Dew. Your boyfriend needs to drop his soda habit, but instead he's blaming your tea because he wants someone else to blame for his pain. Maybe he'll be rational again when the stones pass, or maybe you'll be in the market for a new boyfriend who appreciates a good cup of tea. Op also mentioned she drinks a lot of herbal tea, which in most cases don't even have caffeine. I came here to say the Op's boyfriend has probably been told to avoid caffeinated drinks, but there is very little caffeine in a cup of tea as compared to fizzy drinks or coffee. Not the butthole original poster. If anyone threw away my tea, there would be hell to pay. And, like everyone else here has said, this is alarming behavior on his part, not just in his extreme reaction, but to the way he has clearly badmouthed you to everyone else in his life. That is not what you do to the person you profess to love most in the world. Make him your ex-boyfriend. Not the butthole. I hate giving the advice of dump them, but sometimes you need to toss the man in the dumpster and start over again. Drink your tea and let him pass that kidney stone by his lonely self. I've heard it's comparable to labor, and having my daughter was the worst pain I have ever gone through. This has to be a deal breaker, right? This man controls you by telling lies about you to everyone he knows so they will harass you and publicly shame and bully you into doing what he wants? Come on. When you dump him, I'd also clear up his lies. In his time of need laughing my butt off, I've had a kidney stone caused by medications I was put on after a surgery. Yeah, passing one is freaking painful and I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but guess what? The pain ends when you pass it. These people need to get over themselves. Do you want to stay with a liar? Personally, that's a deal breaker for me, someone who lies or manipulates things about me. Wait? Did he throw away the kettle in his apartment? They are calling me awful things, saying I'm selfish and should be thinking of Josh in his time of need. He's got a kidney stone. He's not dying. He needs to stop being a drama queen. It also doesn't mention his energy drinks or pop being thrown out, and we all know that's on that list too. This comment made me laugh so much. Take my upvote and my poor person award, trophy. The women I know who have had kidney stones and babies tell me that passing a stone is up there with giving birth in the pain stakes. I have had 1 C-section and 7 kidney stones. Actually, the 7th is too big to come out, so I'm currently keeping it. Birth was the worst thing I've ever done to my body, hands down. The pain is probably up to the individual, and mine was significantly more painful than most. But in the end, the damage done is always worse when giving birth. Maybe I also had particularly well-behaved stones. Yeah. These issues sound like the beginnings of a controlling and abusive relationship, as does having his friends harass her. I'd recommend checking out the Warning Signs of Abuse original poster as well. Josh is a prick. Dump Josh and his overbearing mother. She accused me of her harming her baby and said I needed to support because that is what you do when someone is sick. He's not sick. He has a kidney stone, yes, but he's not sick. My dad had a kidney stone and he wouldn't touch tea. I'm pretty sure tea isn't what's giving him the kidney stone. Tell his dumb ass to cut the soda and drink more water. Ironically, I did have a kidney stone back when I didn't drink lots of tea. Now that I do drink several cups of tea every day, I haven't had a stone ever since. I never drink tea, I can't stand the stuff, and I've had half a dozen kidney stones over the last 15 years. Yes, I drink too much soda. Yes, I get lectured about it. Yes, I'm weak and continue to indulge. But are you throwing out other people's water kettles? I value my manhood and life far too much to mess with my wife's water kettle and tea. It's not so much that I'm afraid my marriage wouldn't survive it as it is I'm afraid I wouldn't survive it. At least not intact. This guy gets it. FYI, it is that the caffeine in tea and coffee is not as heavy of a dietetic as we thought. In fact, the water from tea or coffee is hydrating you more than dehydrating you. So technically it is all the energy drinks and soda/pop he is consuming. Not the tea. Also not the butthole, web link. Caffeinated drinks have greater amounts of oxalates, and kidney stones are calcium oxalate. Hence the idea that caffeinated drinks equals greater risk kidney stones. It's a classic correlation fallacy. Surprisingly, though, that could be the difference between those who drink coffee for caffeine versus soda, coffee being more hydrating than soda, and often neither group drinks much plain water. Web link. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.